Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's video from Family Matters Parent Training and Information Center. Family Matters is not a legal service agency and cannot provide legal advice or representation in any way. Information received from Family Matters PTIC is not intended as legal advice and should not be used as a substitution for legal advice. The contents of today's video were developed and revised under a grant from the U.S. Department of Education. However, you should not consider endorsement from the federal government. My name is Abbi Mars, and I am a transition facilitator here at Family Matters PTIC. Welcome to our brand new video series called Family Matters Minutes. In these short videos, we will discuss important special education related topics for you to navigate your advocacy journey. So today's presentation is going to focus on preparing for parent-teachers conferences. So this video can serve as a friendly guide from us here at Family Matters PTIC, your federally funded parent training and information center. It's important to remember that you are your child's best advocate. Parents-teacher conferences are one of the most important events of the school year. If your child has a disability or receives special education services, these meetings can feel especially significant and sometimes a little nerve-wracking. The good news, with the right preparation, you can walk into the meeting feeling confident, informed, and ready to collaborate with your child's educational team. Let's explore how to make the most out of these crucial conversations. First, it's always important before you walk into a meeting with your child's teacher to review their current IEP or 504 plan. Take a good look at it, and if you can't find a copy of it, email your special education coordinator and request one. You have the right to do that, and they'll be happy to share it with you. Look through their current goals, read any recent progress reports that you have. If your student maybe did summer programming like extended school year services, look through the progress notes from there. Any other classroom updates you've received from your child's teacher. Ask yourself, what's going well and what has been challenging? As you're reviewing those records for your student, write down some specific questions that you may have. Just jot them down on a piece of paper. How is my child doing with their reading and comprehension? I know we have a goal related to that. How do you feel like he's doing? Or what supports are being used during transitions? I know you emailed me last week that he's struggling a little bit during recess. What supports are we trying? And also, it's a good idea to really think about home observations, okay? You are bringing valuable information to the team. So have you noticed things at home like a behavior change, a sleep pattern change? Is there new strategies you've been trying at home that have been really helpful to get through struggle minutes? Share these insights with the team. So you're going to jot these down on your paper where you started your questions. And if you need to, request accommodations from the school. If English isn't your first language or you need accessibility supports, ask for an interpreter or accommodations before the meeting. Schools are required to provide you this support. Here's some sample questions that you can prepare for before the meeting. So as far as academics go, you could ask things like, how is my child's progress towards their IEP goals? Can you show me examples of their recent work? Are there any areas where my child is excelling? I know he has a speech goal, but how are we working on that speech goal in the classroom? These are great questions you can ask. And as far as classroom support, how are the accommodations being implemented? I know that he has accommodations, and you know that he has accommodations, but does he understand he has accommodations? And does he understand what they're for? If not, can we sit down together as a team and help explain these things to him? Great example of this is my kiddo has an accommodation called guided notes. Okay, he's a junior in high school and he's had this accommodation for a long time. And I know what guided notes are, and his teacher knows what guided notes are, but we speak IEP. We speak IEP all the time. So he was struggling in one of his classes, and I would say, Ethan, where are your notes? Where are your guided notes? And he looked at me like, what are guided notes? I don't know what you're talking about. And I got to thinking, this is an accommodation Ethan's had for many years, and he doesn't understand it or its importance. So I broke it down and I said, okay, when the teacher's giving a lecture and he asks you to take notes, what do you do? Oh, he gives me a copy of those notes and I'm supposed to highlight them. Oh, that's wonderful. Those are your guided notes. So now Ethan understands that accommodation and he applies it to the classroom. If he walks into another classroom and he doesn't get a copy of those notes, he can advocate and say, hey, I need a copy of your notes. Okay. So these are great advocacy tools. So we have to make sure that our students know what their accommodations are and know how they're supposed to be implemented in the classroom. And sometimes these accommodations can be in IEP language and not in student language. So that's another thing we can really focus on is how I can take this IEP language and turn it into student language. Social and behavioral, how is my child interacting with their peers? Are there any behavioral concerns? How do they ask for help if they need it? During the conference, it is very crucial that you understand that collaboration is key. So start with the strengths. Ask about what's going well academically, socially, and behaviorally. Hearing positive first helps everyone stay solution focused and builds a foundation for a productive conversation. Address the areas of need. Move into areas that need attention with specific questions. Request examples of your child's work and ask how accommodations are being used in real classroom situations. Always ask for clarification. If something doesn't make sense to you, it's absolutely okay for more explanation or to request follow-up information. We are all working on a very wonderful, beautiful common goal, and that is the success of your student. So with as far as parents, what they bring to the table is their child's unique needs, strengths, and home environment. They can bring all this information to the table. But teachers understand how classroom dynamics and academic progress works. They're going to bring that information to the table. And specialists, they provide expertise in special areas of support. So, like that's why your speech provider might be at a parent-teacher conference, or your your OT therapist that might give a weigh-in too. Teachers, specialists, and parents each bring valuable pieces of the puzzle. When we work together with an open communication and shared commitment, we create the strongest support system for your child. Now, after the conference, you need to do some follow through. Okay, so take some time and reflect and document. My husband and I have been doing a little trick since we started parent teacher conferences. Now we have 4 kids, so we've had a lot of parent teacher conferences. We always go out to eat after parent teacher conferences. It might just be McDonald's, it might just be for ice cream, it might be eating a sandwich in the car, depending on the day. But we take some time and we have dinner together and we discuss the conferences. Okay, so take a few minutes after the meeting and write down what was discussed. Note any next steps that you were wanting to take or the team was going to take, any commitments that you guys decided upon, or action items from both of you and the school team. Once you've taken down your notes and reflected on the meeting, send a follow-up email. A short thank you for meeting with the teacher today is a great way to keep communication clear. Summarize what you heard and confirm next steps so that everyone stays on the same page. And as always, stay connected. If you have concerns or needs come up, reach out to your child's IEP team or 504 team. Don't wait for the next scheduled conference. Ongoing communication builds stronger partnerships. Share the good. If your student came home really excited about a classroom project they're working on, share that with your team. Okay? Don't just share the negative, share the good. Let's talk a little bit about your rights as a parent. You have the right to language access, which means if you have the right to an interpreter or translated materials if English is not your first language. School meeting also has to be accessible. Schools must provide accommodations for parents who need accessibility supports during the meeting. If you need a certain support, it's a great idea to reach out to your team before the conference so that that can be taken care of, so that that support can be provided. Remember, it's an equal partnership. You're an equal member of your child's education team with valuable insights to share. And you have the right to access your students' records. So you can request a copy of your student's IEP, previous IEPs, progress reports, disciplinary reports, examples of their work in the classroom. That is your right to access to those records. So don't be afraid to ask for copies of them. Remember that Family Matters PTIC is here to help. We offer free workshops monthly. These workshops are a great way to learn more about IEPs, 504 plans, your rights, the school's rights, and effective communication strategies. These are done through our interactive training sessions done on Zoom. And you can find out more information about upcoming presentations on our website. We also offer individual supports, so you can get one-to-one guidance from an educational support coach who understands your unique situation. We also have lots of valuable resources and tools available for you. As your federally funded Parent Training and Information Center, we are here to help you understand your rights and prepare for meetings and strengthen your collaboration with their schools. Remember, preparation is the key partnership in progress. Preparation is the key to partnership in progress. You are your child's best advocate. With preparation and partnership, we can create the best educational experience for every student. If you have more questions, feel free to connect with us. You can visit our website at www.fmptic.org. On our website, you can gather resources, register for upcoming workshops, or ask for individualized support from one of our educational support coach. You can use our online booking feature to book a one-to-one meeting with one of our educational support coaches. You can always call us as well at 1-866-436-7842. So again, my name is Abbi Mars, and from our entire team here at Family Matters Parent Training and Information Center, we thank you for advocating for your child. Have a great parent-teacher conference.